Hey guys, it's Sithlore, welcome back. Wanted to talk about Exploding Palm, which is another one of the skills that received a fairly significant buff in 1.07. So what this skill does is the first aspect of it is it's a bleed skill, kind of like Rend, where it does 745% weapon damage over 9 seconds. Well, for most monks this isn't going to be overly significant because they're using fast attack speed rather than really high weapon damage items. But it is still 745% weapon damage, which is big. Where this skill really comes into to be significant is you are targeting an enemy or highlighting an enemy if they die within that 9-second period and they explode. So for anyone familiar with Diablo 2, this is a little bit like the corpse explosion skill. Where this skill really shines though is when you can use higher monster power, because it is 50% of the maximum amount of health that the character has. So whether they're extra health, whether you're using higher monster power, any of those things, you gain the explosion or the 50% of the life using all of those items, or taking all of those things into account. So it becomes a really powerful skill. The first rune choice is the Flesh is Weak. So in my opinion this is by far the strongest, because in addition to the 745% weapon damage that they're taking already, you're also dealing an extra 9% weapon damage to that specific enemy. It is only that enemy, it's still at 50%, but you're going to kill guys a lot faster. The only disadvantage of killing them faster is the fact that you are going to be using more spirit as a result. Definitely not a bad thing since you're killing guys so quickly. And again, I think this is the best of all of the rune choices available, and it's the first one you get. So let me just... helps if you're in range when you use it. Just kill these guys and then we'll go to town and switch up runes. So the next rune choice is Strong Spirit. I don't think this is overly beneficial. Anyone who's hit with the explosion radius, you gain 5 spirit for that. So overall, don't think it's overly significant. So Creeping Demise is the next one. It reduces the movement speed by 80% for 3 seconds. As I've said before, I don't think that reduced movement speed for a monk is very effective whatsoever, and the reason being is because of the fact that you're already in melee range, and so the reduced movement speed isn't going to help you much at all. So even if they do survive, then since they're already within melee range, it's not going to provide a whole lot of benefit. So I'm not going to show this one much more. I will look for one more enemy and see if we can see it happening. It does happen sometimes. It depends on who you're targeting, what the other enemies are nearby are like, and how much damage you've done to them. Alright, let's switch things up. So the next rune choice is Impending Doom. It's a counterintuitive spell because normally you're doing 745% weapon damage over 9 seconds. Now it's the same amount of weapon damage, but over 15 seconds. So normally you'd say there's no reason that you'd ever use this rune choice. The only reason that you would is if you're using a lot of other spirit spenders, you want to make sure that the 40 spirit is the most benefit you can get from it. So if you're wondering if you're going to kill somebody within that 9 seconds, but you know you can do it within 15, you may use Impending Doom. I still think the Flesh is Weak is much, much stronger. So the last one is Essence Burn. So the advantage of this one is the skill can stack, for lack of a better word, because you'll target one enemy, and then when he dies, he will explode, and then that one explodes, and then the next one can explode, and so it can stack. But overall, I still don't think that it's the greatest of all greatest skill. It's probably the second best rune choice in my opinion, but definitely not as strong as the Flesh is Weak. So I didn't even see it work on that one. Maybe he was out of range, but anyways, guys, that is the Exploding Palm skill. Extremely effective skill for higher monster powers. But even if you're dealing with low monster power, it can still be a really good skill. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Any questions or comments, please leave them below.